So sit on your support, cross your legs, have your right leg to the front, and then for a moment hold on to your knees and draw your knees slightly back so that you can feel the head of your femur bones are sucking into their sockets. And then lift your spine up. Close your eyes. Keep holding onto your knees. And then simultaneously, when you draw your knees back, push your sacrum in, the top of your sacrum. Then your armpits, take them away from your outer hips. Roll your shoulders back and then let all the skin from your shoulders drop down towards your buttocks. Feel that the crown of your head is facing the ceiling and the back of your head is in line with your sacrum. And keep that length in your trunk and join your palms in front of you. Bring the base of your thumbs to touch the base of your sternum and the nails of your thumbs to touch the top of your sternum. Join your palms, Igor. Then feel that your head is not hanging forward. Take your face back. Take your eyeballs back towards the back of your head. And then let your eyes drop into the center chest. Your sitting bones are pressing down. It's more towards the front of your sitting bones, the weight. Then the top of your sacrum is moving into the body. But the front of your sacrum, the front face of your sacrum is lifting up. Shoulders in line with your hips, and again make sure that the crown of your head is facing the ceiling. When you inhale, take your inhalations to energize yourself. And when you exhale, wash your brain out. Let the brain cells recede downwards. Silently chant the 3 Oms, and then we do them together. Then first observe that your chest is still lifted, that you're moving it away from the floor, away from your hips. Feel the back ribs, the lower back ribs, feel them spreading. And then with your next exhalation, lower your head down. Take your hands down onto your thighs. with your elbows slightly behind your trunk, but feel your clavicles still spreading and the tip of your shoulders is moving back. And then raise your head and stay there quiet. First feel that the head, your chest and your pelvis, that they're all on one and the same line. So you don't want to push the chest so much forward. You want to spread the chest and lift it up without shortening the back of the body. Sitting bones are pressing down, your thighs are releasing down, and then the trunk is ascending. For a moment, be aware of your own existence in this present moment. And then very gently open your eyes. Change the cross of your legs. Put the other leg to the front. And be careful that we're not dropping so much here the lumbar forward. So the top of your sacrum, where the top of your sacrum is, that bit has to go in because this is the lumbar spine. But then the muscles stay back. And the back of your waist, and the back of your chest is spread. Then take your arms forward. Extend from your armpits towards your little finger side. Extend forward, like if you want to extend your little fingers towards me. And then from your thumbs, draw back towards your shoulders. Lift bottom sternum to top sternum. Lift your pubis up towards your navel. And when you exhale, very slowly, keep extending your little finger side and take your arms up without narrowing the back waist. So without doing this. So don't take this forward. So leave that back. You raise your arms and try to keep the bottom ribs spread so that the front ribs, then they release back by themselves. Even if you don't get so high with your arms. Then take your arms out to the sides. Very slowly take them down. And now we're doing one more time. Take your arms forward. Extend from your armpits, extend towards your finger side. So the little finger side, extend them towards me. The thumb side back. And then you can feel already here the sides of your neck are extending. Press your sitting bones down, lift your pubis, and then raise your arms up. And keep your back ribs broad. Lift bottom sternum to top sternum. And remember, you want to extend your chest away from the floor, away from your hips. But the circumference of your chest wants to look towards the floor. It doesn't want to push forward or backwards. And then take your arms out to the sides. Very gently release them down and extend your legs. So we are going to start with the Supta Baddha Konasana, still resting week. So restorative. So take your bolster, have a blanket on your bolster. My blanket is gone. Take a blanket for your head. And then today we are putting the belt in the reverse part. So have a loop in your belt, Has she got a bolster? If you don't, oh, you have a bolster, Jane, yes, and as well, Stefania. So you sit, have your legs bent, and then you just put the belt around your shin bones and around your thighs. Then you go back. So if you don't have any lower back issues, you can push your bolster towards your sacrum. So again, it creates this lumbar spine, the lumbar curve. But if you have any issues, you just take the bolster away. Then you inhale with your chest lifted. You go back, adjust the blanket for your head, and then you take your knees apart. And then you fasten the belt. Not too much, just fasten it around your outer hips, outer ankle bones, and then you release your thighs so that you have a support. So the belt is holding your outer thighs up. And then have your arms for a moment out to the sides, extend them towards your knees. Roll well your biceps out towards the floor, away from your chest. And then close your eyes. Press well your outer feet down and feel that they're in line with your spine and with your head. If you have any compression in your lower spine, do move away from the bolster. And Jane, if you need to put bricks under your thighs for your knees, do that as well. So pull your shoulder blades away from your neck and then roll the outer edges of your shoulders down so that you can feel that the chest spreads from the center out towards the sides. And then feel, Stefania, it looks to me that your left knee is higher up, so press more the left foot, the outer left foot, press it more down. Remember, your tongue has to move back towards its own root. Close your eyes, and with every exhalation, allow your abdomen to recede away from your chest. And when you inhale, you lift and expand your chest. You're not pushing it forward. The bolster is already there to indicate your shoulder blades to move in, to give this support. And feel your chest open. And keep your eyes closed. Extend your arms a moment up towards the ceiling like we've done sitting. Extend away again from your armpits towards your little finger side. And then on your exhalation, press your feet down. Exhale, take your arms straight back first, wherever they reach. Feel the length it creates in your abdomen. And then hold on to your elbows. If you can, rest your elbows there onto the blanket. And again here you inhale, feel the inhalations around your sternum bone, that the skin expanding in every direction. And when you exhale, let the abdomen move down, away from your chest. long, smooth inhalations, long, smooth exhalations. Then change the fold of your arms where you are there. Just change the fold of your arms. All of you feel your knees. Feel if one knee is dropping further down than the other. Then if you can feel that, then it's the opposite foot which has to press more down and more towards that side which is hanging down. Your thighs as well extending towards your knees. And where you have the belt there on your abdomen, that part of your abdomen has to drop down. And then observe and feel your body. If one side you have more restriction than the other, then open your eyes for a moment, bend your legs, but stay there with the belt. Just bend your legs to release your groins. Take your arms up again. Now you interlock your fingers, and if you can, take the interlock underneath the blanket. But Igor, if this is too much, you just interlock your hands under your head. So the others lift the head, lift the blanket. Of course, for you as well. If it's too much, you just interlock behind the head. And then you let your head rest. Let your elbows hang. And then again, join your feet for Baddha Konasana. Press the outer edges of your feet down. Then if you had noticed that one side, one knee was hanging down lower than the other, it would be the same with your elbows. Then you have to spread the opposite clavicle a little bit more. So now when you inhale, I want you to imagine a big cone. A big cone starting from your pubis up towards the tip of your elbows. And when you exhale, you reverse that cone and you exhale from your sacrum towards the tip of your knees. Your tongue is dropping back. And feel the space inside of your body you're creating. And the back of your body. And the sides of your body as well. And feel your lungs spreading. And then observe here as well. Are you feeling both sides of your lungs evenly up? So we're creating more and more space inside of our body. Abdomen, lungs. For new experience to happen. Let your tongue drop back, your eyeballs as well are dropping back. Then just raise your head and change the interlock of your fingers. And then again let your head go down. And with your hands you can pull a little bit the occipital bone away from your shoulders. Inhale from your pubis towards the tip of your elbows and fill this cone with your breath. And when you exhale from your sacrum towards the tip of your knees. And then open your eyes, keep your arms where they are, close your legs, but have your feet hip width. Don't have your feet together, don't have your knees together, have them hip width. And then walk your feet away from you so that you can feel the belt on the top of your thighs is pulling the roots of your thighs back. And you can really lift your hip bones up towards your chest. Then release your arms. Feel your arms, your shoulders, extend them up. Again, from your armpits, extend towards the little finger side. And from your thumbs, draw back towards your shoulders. Lift bottom sternum to top sternum. And when you exhale, take your arms straight back, wherever they reach. But let the back ribs rest on your bolster. Don't lift them up. Wherever you reach, you take your arms and then you keep extending the little finger side towards the center, towards the wall behind you, and the thumb side towards your shoulders. Walk your feet a little bit more away. And exhale, take your arms back up, release your arms, remove the belt, and then turn to one side. Sit looking towards me, just doing Parsva Sukhasana. So you can, Jane, you can extend your legs forward if you cannot sit, because we are bending towards the right. So have your bolster and have as well your bricks and your bolster to the right side. And then you just, even if you need more height, you can put the bricks higher. Okay. So you're sitting, if you have any issues with your knees, you can sit on a little bit of blanket or just extend the legs forward like Jane is doing. Then you turn towards your right, you turn towards your right, hold with your left hand the right knee, so you really turn the lower part of your abdomen, you turn, then see, can you place your left forearm onto your support, the right forearm on top, and then rest your head. If this is too low, you can put the bolster down and then put the brick on top, both bricks on top, and then rest your forehead. So have your forehead rest. to adjust towards your knees, knees and knees as well. So important to rest your forehead, but keep your left sitting bone down as well. So really adjust your height if you need, take more height. And then take the left side of your trunk, take it down. Turn your navel, actually turn the whole of the content of your abdomen, turn it towards your right thigh. Then raise your head, come up to the center. If your legs are crossed, change the cross of your legs and then swap everything to the other side. First sit up though. Oops, and then take your right hand, hold on to the knee. And then turn the abdomen, turn the abdomen. I mean, if this is still too low, you can just turn your bolster and put your forehead onto the bolster. Otherwise, see, can you get your right forearm down and then the left forearm on top, and then see, can you rest your foot and swing the whole content of your abdomen, swing it towards the left. You can take the right ribs, Stefania, a little bit more down. And then raise your head, come up, extend all of you, your legs a moment forward. Press well your thighs down, have your hands behind you and lift the sides of your trunk up. Extend well your feet, spread your toes. Take your hands behind you, Stefan. Lift up through the sides of your body. And then feel that you're not narrowing the back of your body, the back ribs, the thick ribs there at the back. The floating ribs as well, which are not attached to the spine. You have to spread them. And not doing this, so you're pushing that forward. They have to stay back. Okay. And then bend your legs. We're going to sit in Virasana on a brick. Have as much height as you need. You just face me first. I just show you from the side. You have the brick in between your ankle bones. But you're sitting only with your sitting bones onto the brick. And then the whole of your shin wants to move down. I have a little gap here, so you really have to press that down. But turn towards me, Jane, turn towards me. I just wanted to show you from the side. And you can put the brick higher. You can even put 2 bricks. So the brick is just under your sitting bones. And your feet are wide. Your feet are wide. So you should be able to put your hand in between your hips and your feet. Then look at your feet. The outer ankle bones, they're not puffing out to the side. They are resisting in. The inside of your feet, from the inner heel towards your big toes, they are parallel towards each other. You're not doing like a banana shape there. Look at your inner feet. They have to be straight. And the little toe side has to go down as well. So I think I can take this off. This morning we had 11 degrees in the house. So I had to get dressed. And then place your hands onto the little toe side and bring the toenail down as well. Stefania, you spread a little bit more your feet. Spread your feet. Because in the traditional pose, you're sitting in between your feet. And then lift your armpits away from your outer hips. Spread your clavicles. Look straight ahead. And feel that when you spread your clavicles, how your shoulder blades are resisting in. From the inner knees, draw back towards your inner groins, and your shin bones have to press down. Then one more time, take your arms forward, draw the head of your humerus bones back. Keep your back ribs spread, the lower ribs, keep them spread. Extend from your armpits towards your little finger side. Press your shin bones down and then raise your arms up. Keep them straight, ego. Keep them your palms turning one towards the other. And steady, bring your hands a little bit narrow. Your shin bones are pressing down. The top of, stay there, the top of your thighs are still turning from outside in, and the back of your thighs are turning from inside out, so that you're creating more space between your buttocks. You're spreading your buttocks, your right buttock to the right and the left buttock to the left, so that your hip bones, you have the feeling that your hip bones are coming towards each other. They're not moving, but you have to have the feeling that they're coming towards each other. And then interlock your fingers, turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Straighten well your left arm, ego. Press your shin bones down. Lift the whole of your spine, the front of your spine, lift it up. And then with your next exhalation, lift your sternum more. With your next exhalation, drop your head towards down, your chin down towards your sternum. And lift your palms up towards the ceiling. Your hip bones are lifting. Top of your sacrum is moving in, but the back ribs are spreading and moving back. See, can you take your arms a little bit more back? And then raise your head. Take your arms down, change the interlock, put the other index finger to the front, turn your palms forward, but draw your upper arms back, draw them back. And then exhale, raise your arms up again. Press your shin bones down, your sitting bones down. Lift from the sides of your trunk, sideways is moving up, your side ribs are moving up. See, if I extend my elbows, I overextend my right elbow there. Can you see? I have to be careful. And then this time, let your trapezius muscles move down, shoulder blades in, and then you look up so that the forehead is looking up towards the ceiling. Extend your arms more. Be careful not to push the lower ribs forward, the front ribs. Resist them back. And then can you take your arms a little bit further back? So you open well your armpit chest. And then look forward and take your arms down. Take your hands onto the floor. Come up onto your knees. Tuck your toes under. If you have your brick there, put your inner heels in between, with your inner heels, grip the brick, only your inner heels. And then just hang down in Uttanasana. Look at the outer edges of your feet, that they are parallel towards each other. The big toes are pressing down. Look at your knees. Pull your kneecaps up, your thighs up. trunk hang down. The head as well is hanging down, but your shoulders, they're moving away from the floor. And then feel again here the back of your body and spread it, spread it. The lower ribs, spread them from the center out towards the sides. From the back of your knees, extend down towards your heels. Stefania, release your head. And the more you extend your calves down, the more your femur bones are resisting back. And then grip where your brick there with your inner heels. Look along the floor, place your hands onto your hips, press your big toes down and then come all the way up. But keep pressing your brick. Look up towards the ceiling and then look straight ahead. Push your thighs back, Ego, push your thighs back. And then I want you to do Supta Virasana. If you can do that, we can do it as well with the chair. Probably for you it's better to do it with the chair, Jane, for your knees. I'm showing you first. So you have your bolster, you sit like you've done in before in Virasana. But if you cannot sit on the floor, you can sit on your brick. But then you would need more height for your bolster. So I just show you first, your feet are going back, there's enough space here again. You can put a belt around your knees, but don't tighten it too much, just to indicate your thighs to stay parallel, not to move out to the side. Then you have, when you come back, you're not sitting, you're not staying sitting down, you have to lift up. The skin of your buttocks has to lift towards the knee. Then you come back, then you can lean back onto the brick, lean back onto the bolster. And first, put your hands onto your heels and press your shin bones away. Shin bones away, armpits away from your shin bones. And just stay like this. If this is too difficult, you can use the chair, you can use your yoga chair, just show you, which is a nice way to do Supta Virasana. Just put the chair down on your mat, otherwise it's sliding, and then you put your bolster here. And then you can do the same. You sit on your brick. Still have your belt around your thighs, so the thighs are not moving out, because we don't want the groins to puff up towards the ceiling. The groins, there's not one pose in yoga where the groins go up. They always have to go down. And then here, again, you draw the chair closer, as much as you need. I need it to be closer. And then you lean back and you have the legs here of the chair to extend yourself more. And then all of you can hold the elbows and take them over the head. And if you have the chair there, you have to press your shin bones onto the floor and see if you can take the brick there one number higher. So it pushes you a little bit higher up and you can feel your groins opening more. If you can. If you can't, keep it low. And then just close your eyes. But all of you have to press your shin bones down. Yes, well done, Jane. Good. And then close, yes, well done, Annika as well. Good, Ego. And then close your eyes. Inhale, exhale through your nostrils. So here your armpits are open because we're holding the elbows. But then watch your bottom ribs, that they're not sticking up. That's why we have the support behind to spread the back ribs onto the support. Because if you let the front ribs, if you let them come forward, then you're contracting the back of your body and you're doing a back arch. So we don't want to do a back arch in this one. So breathe in the bottom back ribs and spread. Your tongue is dropping back. And we are looking for this vertical action in Supta Virasana. The back body has to be broad and it has to spread. So that when you exhale, you have that feeling that the front ribs and the sideways are moving down towards the thighs. Then change the fold of your arms. See if you can take your elbows a little bit more away from your head. Your clavicles to spread, your collarbones. And see if you can maintain an inner silent, quiet space, despite all the pains you might feel, the sensations. One more minute to go. Inhale, if you feel your thighs are in pain, inhale in your thighs and release. And then take your arms back, come back sitting. When you remove your belt, place your hands down again, come up onto your knees, and wherever you are, tuck your toes under and do Uttanasana. And release your trunk. Look at your feet, that you have a space between each toe, that your arches, your inner arches are lifting up, your inner ankle bones are lifting up, and look at your knees, that they look alive. And lift your thighs up. Let the back of your head hang. Then look along the floor. Bring your hands onto your hips. Press your big toes down. Come all the way up. Look up towards the ceiling. Then look straight ahead. Remove your things there. We are going to do first Uttanasana, but with your bolster. I want you to do Uttanasana with the bolster. Then we are going to do Prasarita Padottanasana. So, I hope your bolster is not too thick, otherwise you have to take a blanket. So I want you to, because you want to keep the abdomen away from the thighs, so I want you to bend your legs and put your bolster. If it's too thick, just roll a blanket up. Bend your legs, put your bolster onto your thighs, and then bend over. Keep your legs bent and release your head. Keep your legs bent, release your head, and have the bolster. But if the bolster is too thick, just roll a blanket. Let me see, yes. And keep your legs bent first, Jane. Keep your legs bent so that the bolster's not dropping. Look at your feet, have a space between each toe. Lift the inner ankle bones up. All of you, lift your right heel. Turn the right inner heel towards the right and then place the foot down again. Do the same with the left. Lift the heel, turn the inner heel towards the left and then take it down. And then see, release the head. Can you straighten your legs without losing the bolster? If you lose the bolster, then just keep your legs bent. Release your hands. If your arms are long like mine, I have got monkey arms. Turn towards the back of your hands and let the palms look up. And then press your heels down. Press your calves into your heels. And feel how the abdomen has to go away from your thighs and the thighs away from your abdomen. So I could stay there for ages, but then look forward again. Bend your legs and then come up. This is a very nice way to do Uttanasana. And now we are going to do Prasarita Padottanasana, and you need a support for your head. So if you first spread your legs, see what kind of support you need. Of course, you can use the chair as well, but I want you to rest your forehead if you have the chair, or the crown of your head if you're on the floor. So see first what you can take down. If your head goes all the way down, have a blanket so it's not too hard. If you have the chair, have a blanket as well, otherwise it's too cold. But if you found your support, then you come up again. And stay up. And then look at your toes. Turn your toes slightly in. Turn them in so that you can feel more the back of your thighs turning. Put your hands onto your hips. Elbows back. Bring your elbows a little bit more back. There you go. And let all of you, let your triceps drop towards the elbows. Like if you have a little weight there in your elbow. Don't have your arms like this, because then you're lifting your shoulders. Maybe I do that. So spread your clavicles, tip of your shoulders back, and the triceps, let them extend back. The inner thighs, move them away from each other so that you have more weight onto your outer feet. And press your heels down, weigh them down. Then inhale, only raise your head. Let the forehead look towards the ceiling. The thighs are still resisting back, and the inner thighs are resisting away from each other. Then inhale, lift bottom sternum to top sternum. Exhale, come all the way down. Go down and rest the crown of your head or your forehead, wherever you reach, onto the floor. Release your arms and hold on to your outer ankle bones if you reach. The thumbs go behind the ankles as well, or you hold in your outer shin bones, wherever you reach. So the feet are pressing down, the outer feet are pressing down. From the little toe side towards the outer heels extend. And then recall this feeling of the bolster there. So don't, in Uttanasana, don't have your abdomen dropping towards your thighs. Good. And yes, well done, Igor. And keep your thighs a little bit more away, Annika, just a little bit, the top of your thighs, push them back. So the inner thighs are resisting away from each other. And feel that you have weight onto your head as well. The outer feet are moving down, the inner thighs are hitting away from each other. And your shoulders are moving up so that you don't have any dead weight on your neck. Feel the back of your thighs, feel them spreading. Pull your kneecaps up, grip your kneecaps, grip them, and turn your thighs from inside out. Your knees is like turn the knees to your little toes. And at the same time, press the big toes down. Spread your navel, bend, take it back towards the spine so that your lower back can rest. And your lower back is a little bit round. It's easy to round the upper back, but not to round the lower back. So the lower back is a little bit round as well. Navel to the spine so that you have this feeling of your lower back becoming a little bit round. Keep breathing. Keep your eyes open and have your gaze parallel towards the floor. Look forward, place your hands onto the floor. Bring your heels together first, then your toes, then your heels, toes, and then come up. So we are going to do Shirshasana now. If you want to do Shirshasana, you can do it actually. If you all have the yoga chair, you could do it with the chair, which is really nice to do. If you don't want to do your Shirshasana, you cannot do Shirshasana, then I want you to stay in 3 minutes in Uttanasana with the head supported, and you have the same work in the legs. If you want to do it with the chair, you can do it as well without the chair, and I'll just show you. If you want to do it with the chair, you have to turn the chair upside down. Just bring the mat a little bit closer. And you need the wall. So you will turn the chair like this against the wall. And here we all have, I think, more or less the same height. Then you place, there's nobody's tiny here. Then you can place the brick under the backrest of the chair. Some like to put a blanket here, but you don't need to put the blanket there. And Jane, you need the wall. I mean, you need the wall, Jane. And then I don't know with the backrest there if it works, Jane. I think it doesn't work because you have the backrest there. Yes. And then look, Igor, you can just look at me first. You can bring your hands in, you have to bring your hands inside, but stay close to the brick. And then you bring the crown of your head down. And then you just straighten your legs. And then you have to come back, make contact there with your spine. Whatever is making contact, it doesn't matter because everything has to move in. And then if this is your maximum, you stay there. Otherwise, you raise one leg and then you take the other leg up. And the chair is doing everything for you. But you know that you have the wall behind, so you can go with your feet to the wall, but push your sacrum in. Or otherwise you take your legs up again. So choose what you want to do. Take your feet a little bit forward, step on only your toes. Good. Yes, well done. Yeah, brava Annika. Yes, and then Stefan, spread well the soles of your feet. We're just going to do 3 minutes, but if you need to come down before, you come down before. Inhale, exhale through your nostrils. Yeah, well done, Igor. Keep your big toes together and you can take your heels a little bit apart. It's fine. Well done, Annika. Take your sacrum in the top of your sacrum, and then if you can, I know you're now turned upside down, but if you can, spread again the backwards. Here we have the cats again. Spread the backwards, and you in Uttanasana, Steffi, take the abdomen away from your thighs. Keep your eyes parallel towards the floor. Do not turn your eyes around, just have your gaze still. Yes, well done. As well you, Stefan, see, all of you, touch your big toes, keep your heels a little bit apart, and then lift your sacrum up towards the ceiling now. And then see if you can join your feet again. Your inner ankle bones, see if your inner ankle bones can join. So that your thighs, the front of your thighs are turning from outside in, and the back of your thighs are turning like we've done in Prasarita Padottanasana from inside out. Lift your shoulders away from the floor. Your forearms are pressing into the floor. The upper arms are moving away. They're resisting away from the floor, like your shoulders. One more minute to go. If you can stay, stay. Otherwise, come down and do Uttanasana. Lift your shoulders well up and then come down. Very gently come down. Come into Uttanasana as well, all of you Uttanasana. And then raise your head and come up. And now we're going to do all Sarvangasana with the chair. So you all have your chair. You don't need the wall. You can place your chair down. I'm going to do a long hold. So I'm going to do it with you actually. But I just check first. So have your blanket, your mat onto the seat of the chair. If you don't have a second mat, then use the mat you have there. Then put a blanket for your head so that your head is not onto the sticky mat. You can just open a blanket and then you put your bolster there. And you're not doing, then you do lie down. I show you, take your bolster, Stefania. I show you, you do Setu Bandha with the bolster. I show you first for Stefania. Just have the bolster, have the belt, Stefania. If you know Sarvangasana, go up, otherwise wait a moment. Have your belt as wide as your shoulders or as wide as your mat. You're not going upside down when you do this. Then you first come back. Can you see me? Yes. You come back, take your shoulders onto the floor. Your shoulders have to roll towards the bolster again so that you open your chest, and then you extend your legs. And have your belt around the arches of your feet, not around your ankle bones. And then hold on to the sides of your mat, and then you can release your hands and stay there. But your legs are not released, Stefan. So the others, come onto your chair. Well, I put another blanket here because I need a little bit more height. You sit on your chair. Have your legs back first, Stefan. Have your legs back first. When you come down with your calves, you can hold the chair towards you so you're not dropping. And then come down, rest your shoulders onto your bolster and swell your neck. And then first extend your legs. Have them straight, have them to the backrest of the chair. And your arms, don't hold all the way down at the legs, at the feet of the chair. Have your arms parallel. So let me see. Oops. Good, Jane. Yes, and then when you're there, Jane, extend your legs. So in this variation of Chaturangasana, the neck is supported by the bolster as well. And then just close your eyes for a moment. I'm going to go up as well. So the chair is there where the sacrum is, to indicate the top of your sacrum to move back into the body. Then take your legs up into Viparita Karani. If you can, take them straight up, not up straight, Stefan, yes, and take your legs a little bit more back, Stefan. So the same, yes, and extend the inner heels, Stefan, from the inner ankle bone towards the inner heels. Have this rotation, this pronation moving out to the sides. Do not turn your heads when you're there. If it's too strenuous to keep the legs like this, then you just bend your feet onto the chair. So it's still doing Viparita Karani with the legs bent. So lift well from your inner ankle bones, lift towards the inner heels so that you have the feeling that your heels are spreading. Close your eyes and your sacrum is sitting back onto the chair. Squeeze your outer shin bones and your outer thighs. And you steadily push your thighs down. The legs are very, very active. The front of your thighs, everyone is moving from outside in, and the back of your thighs is moving from inside out. Your armpits are dropping down towards the bolster. Then bend your legs onto the backrest of the chair and do Baddha Konasana. Join the soles of your feet. You can release your hands there, keep them inside, but release your hands a moment and let your palms face up towards the ceiling. Again here you inhale, lift your chest, spread the skin around your sternum. And when you exhale, take the abdomen away from your chest. Then again, feel your knees. If you have one knee which is dropping more down than the other, then adjust from your sacrum. You have to press that side more down. Steady, you can do Baddha Konasana as well. Get rid of the bell and do Baddha Konasana with the feet onto your bolster. Then the others, listen carefully. Close your knees and then bring your feet onto the seat of the chair, only your heels. The toes are off. Yes, go, Jane. On, put them and keep the legs bent. Yes. Hold again onto the back, onto the legs of the chair. Hold again. Press your heels down. Exhale, lift your hips off the chair for Chaturpadasana. Lift your hips, lift them up, Jane. Lift up, push them forward. Yes. The shoulder blades, push them forward. Well done. More, push your shoulder blades forward, Annika, so that your sternum comes more towards your chin. Then put your sacrum down again. One more time. Press your heels. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Lift your hips up. Lift your hips up. Make your chest be perpendicular. And then rest your sacrum. You cross your legs, Annika, and then very gently bring your heels behind the backrest of the chair, and then very gently slide down. Slide down, rest your buttocks onto the bolster, and rest your calves onto the seat of the chair. And then very gently come out. Come out, take a chair away. You need your belt now. Chair away. So I hope you have a long belt. If not, doesn't matter. Up. So then you make your belt as long as you can. Well, it depends how long your belt is. I have a very long belt. Let's see. If you have your belt, if it's long, we will do this dead sea pose. And I'll show you. You can do as well, Stefania. So you lying down, put the belt around your feet. You can put it around the soles of your feet. And then the other bit of your belt, not the knuckle. Don't put the knuckle behind the head. Another bit of your belt you put around the occipital bone, actually, where some of you can take the tip of your ears in there. But don't be so high up with the head. The head is like 1, 2, 3 up, 3 hands away from the floor. Otherwise, you will strain your neck instead of releasing your neck. And then your arms, you take them out to the sides and your palms up towards the ceiling. So the legs are straight. Now, because the sacrum is lifting, the head is lifting, the lumbar muscles here are now dropping towards the floor. They're spreading and they're dropping down. Tongue is resting. It's moving back. It's a little bit like in Shavasana. The tongue has to drop back towards its own root. Good. And then, no, maybe it's too short. You know what? Take the bolster, Igor. It's okay. Take the bolster, but take it behind the head. So because the belt is a little bit too short. So you can put the bolster there behind your head so the neck is not hurting. So the legs are completely passive. You can close your eyes. Your arms are extending towards your buttocks. And your biceps are turning away from your chest. Then open your eyes. Join the soles of your feet. Bring your feet down into Baddha Konasana. Now your head is lifting a little bit more. But don't let the belt move away. Bring your feet down as much as you can so that when you look at your feet, you're looking towards your heels. And then look at your abdomen as well, that you're not puffing your abdomen up. If you have a brick there, you can put the brick onto your abdomen. And then close your eyes again. So the feet are resisting towards the belt, the head is resisting in the opposite direction. And gradually you should feel your quadricep muscles. So the feet are resisting against the belt and the head is resisting against the belt. Same amount. Same. And you should feel your inner thighs, your quadricep muscles. Mine already shaking. And then raise and open your eyes. Take your belt around, away from your head, and then bend your legs down. Bend your legs down, remove your belt, and then bend both legs towards you. Bend them well towards you. Hold onto your shin bones, onto your thighs, Jane, if your knees are hurting. You can actually, Jane, put your hands as well inside of the knees. So you create space there. Press them down. Extend the back of your head, all of you extend the back of your head away from your shoulders first, and then with your next exhalation, you raise your head, raise your shoulders, and see if you can touch your knees. And stay there and breathe. Then bring your head back down, and then one more time. Inhale, exhale, come up. Wherever you reach, and then do 2, 3 long inhalations, long exhalations, and then come back down. Turn to one side. We are going to do Shavasana, but I want you to have a blanket under. So if you have this Shavasana size blanket, you fold it like this, like for Shavasana. So you're staying there as well, so make sure that you're warm enough. And then you pleat the blanket in 3, like this. If you have the luxury of another blanket, you can take it for the head. Otherwise, you can just pleat the top of the other blanket. And then you're not sitting onto the blanket, you're sitting onto the floor. And then this little tiny blanket is going along your collar. And then if you have a second blanket, put it under your neck. If you don't have a second blanket, you can just roll the other side up and put your head on there. And then extend your legs. But make sure that you're warm enough. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Turn your palms up. And then just feel first all the points touching the blanket, touching the floor. Let go. Feel the base of your throat broad. The base of the lower part of your abdomen as well. Feel it broad. And then for the first few minutes, I want you to imagine your brain. Your brain is a circumference. And when you inhale, you reduce the brain conference. You reduce it to a little tiny spot. And when you exhale, again it moves out towards its normal size. So you inhale, you reduce the brain circumference, you make it very small. And when you exhale, you let it go back to its periphery. A little bit like you're giving your brain a massage through your breath. And both of this has to be relaxing, otherwise do normal breathing. and let go, and then just breathe normally. The front of your body, the whole of your front of your body, let it drop towards the back of your body. And then the back of your body, let it drop down towards the floor. So in Shavasana now, we just want to practice the very important task of doing nothing in both body and mind. And when we lose ourselves as the actor, you will see that bliss arises. Completely let go. Shavasana is the practice of death, death of the ego, death of all craving and grasping towards anything outside of us. We mistakenly think it will cause our happiness. So completely let go. Everything is just perfect as it is. Find this vast, spacious space inside of